Good afternoon to one and all. I am R.V. Kiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Chevrolet Engineering College. Today in this video lecture, I am going to explain you another model problem on CAMS, and this is my sixth problem regarding to the explanation problem on CAMS topic. And in total, this is my 45th lecture on the subject kinematics of machinery. So in the previous class, I have discussed about the uniform acceleration and retardation motion and knife edge follower. So we have taken the knife edge follower as the knife edge, and today in this class, our problem is on the roller follower and the uniform acceleration and retardation position. So this is the problem. So you have to take the input. So first of all, study the question and grab the input from the question. So cam rotating clockwise at a uniform speed of 1000 rpm. So the speed of the cam is given as 1000 rpm and is required to give a roller follower the motion defined below. So that is to be given to the follower, and follower to move the outwards through 50 mm during 120 degrees of cam rotation. So this is the stroke. So this is the stroke length, that is S, 50 mm, taken during the outstroke angle, that is 120 degrees. Next, follower to dwell for next 60 degrees. So it is the dwell period for the next 60 degrees, and follower to return to its starting position during next 90 degrees of cam rotation. So next one is the return stroke, that is of 90 degrees. Next, follower to dwell for the rest of the cam rotation. The minimum radius of the cam is 50 mm and the diameter of the roller is 10 mm. So the minimum radius of the cam is 50 and taken as 50 mm, and diameter of the roller is 10 mm. Next, the line of the stroke of the follower is offset by 20 mm. So it is given as the offset position, and they have given the radius of the cam, that is minimum radius of the cam and diameter of the roller. So here we are taking the roller follower as a roller follower. That is why they are given the diameter of the roller, and the stroke of the follower is offset by 20 mm from the axis of camshaft. Next, if the displacement of the follower takes place with uniform and acceleration and retardation, that is the motion of the follower is uniform acceleration and retardation position on both the outstroke and return strokes. So this is the question given. We have to take the inputs from that. So given speed, that is n is equal to 1000 rpm. So later we are going to convert it. Next, capital S is equal to 50 mm. That is the stroke of the follower is 50 mm, and we are going to convert it into meters also. That is 0.05 meters. Next, theta of the outstroke, that is angle for the outstroke, that is theta O. It is given as 120 degrees. So by this we can convert it into radians, that is 2.1 radians. And next, that is the theta for the return stroke, that is angle for the return stroke theta, that is of 90 degrees. So by also converting it to radians, it will get 1.571 radians. So from this output, given output, we are going to draw the displacement diagram for the given data. So in the displacement diagram, we does not need the details about the follower. We only need the details about the motion of the follower only. So next we need to draw the displacement diagram. So this is the displacement diagram for uniform acceleration and retardation. So in these displacement diagrams, we have four cases, that is so first one is the outstroke, second one is the dwell period, third one is the return stroke, and fourth one is the dwell period. First one is the outstroke. So For the outstroke, that is, we have an angle 120 degrees. So for drawing the displacement diagram, you need to know how to draw the rectangle first. So first of all, you need to draw the rectangle, that is from A to V, and A to V is the angle position, that is total 360 degrees. We have to convert it into centimeters, and the vertical line, that is the width, is taken as 50 mm, that is stroke of the follower. By these two elements, we have to draw a rectangle, and in those rectangle of 360 degrees, we have to divide the four sections, that is outstroke, dwell, return stroke, and dwell. So here in the problem, they have given the outstroke angle as 120 degrees. So by converting it to scale, that is, I'm taking the scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 10 degrees. So in total, 120 degrees is converted to 12 centimeters, and for the dwell period, 60 degrees is converted to 6 centimeters, and for the return stroke, 90 degrees, which is 9 centimeters, and for the last dwell period, it is 9 centimeters. So for the first section, that is the outstroke section, divide the outstroke section of 120 degrees into 6 equal parts or 8 equal parts. You may take an even number for it. So be it 6 or 8. So here I have divided the 120 degrees into 8 equal parts, and take the center line, that is the fourth equal part line, and divide the vertical line also into 8 number of equal parts, as we have done in the outstroke section. So this is the outstroke position. So we have divided the vertical line also into 8 number of equal parts. Then by intersecting the vertical lines to the divided points, that is the ABCD is the lower division of divided points, which is connected to the 0 position, and EFGH is the apparent position, which is connected to J. So we have got the intersection points as B, C, D. So this is the first point B, C, D, and this is the E point F, G, and H. So for the intersection points, you have to draw the thick line representing as a pink color line here. Next, you have to take the dwell period. So dwell period is indicated with a straight line. So there is no deviations in that. So we are indicating it with a straight line. And then the return stroke. So follow the same procedure as we have taken for the outstroke also. So divide the return stroke angle of 90 degrees, that is 9 centimeters, into 8 number of equal parts. So as we have taken the number of equal parts in the outstroke position, take the similar one to the return stroke also. Next, from the center line, that is the 4 dash line, divide the vertical line also into 8 number of equal parts, and then draw the vertical lines from each divided point. And for the lower end points, so draw the intersection points from the vertical and these perpendicular lines. So they have got to be L, M, N, P, Q, R, T, and U. So draw the freehand curve using these freehand curve, drawing a thick line. And the remaining period is the dwell period. So that the remaining period is the dwell period, which indicates the flat line position. So that is the procedure for drawing the displacement diagram. So you have to draw carefully the displacement diagram, because you need to draw the displacement correctly. So you need to draw the displacement diagram correctly, because with the help of the displacement diagram only we need to draw the cam profile next stage. So drawing the displacement diagram, we need to draw the cam profile there. So in the displacement diagram, you have to write all these sections, that is outstroke, del, return stroke, and dwell period, and you have to dimension these sections also, that is 120 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, and 90 degrees, and represent it with the different points, different division of points. So next we are going to draw the cam profile. So first of all, you need to draw a circle with the given radius. So they have given the radius of the cam as 50 mm. So taking a radius of 50 mm, draw a circle. This is the 50 mm radius circle, draw a circle, and then from the center axis, that is the axis center, take 20 mm offset. So 20 mm offset position is given in the problem. So we are taking the 20 mm offset position to the right side of it. And next, draw the roller diameter, which is of 20 mm. Then take the point from the A position. So this is the A position. We have to take this point. So then divide the 120 degrees. That is the first section is the outstroke section. That is 120 degrees. We have to divide the 120 degrees into 5 number of equal parts. Next, After dividing the section into 8 number of equal parts, then they will extend the straight lines. So extend these straight lines and then go to the displacement diagram. Take the length as 1 to B. So this is the 1 to B position. Take the length as 1 to B and 1 as center. Cut an arc in this extended line. So we'll get a point as B. So in the B point, you have to draw a circle of the roller in which it is 20 mm diameter. It is with 20 mm diameter. Sorry, the diameter of the roller is 10 mm. So you have to draw the diameter. Take the diameter as 10 mm. That is the radius is 5 mm. Then we have obtained these all points from the displacement diagram. That is, we are going to take the 2C, 3D, 4E, 5F, 6G, 7H, and 8J lengths for each individual points, and then cut those sections from these points, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will obtain the points as C, D, E, F, G, H, and J. So draw a freehand curve by using these intersected points. Then we have the dwell period, which is of 60 degrees. So for the 60 degrees, you have to take the radius as OJ and draw an arc from J to K points. Then we have the return stroke. So the return stroke is divided into 90 degrees position and divide the 90 degrees position also into 8 number of equal parts. So the divided equal parts is then taken from the displacement diagram length, that is 1 dash to L, 2 dash to M, 3 dash to N, 4 dash to P, 5 dash to Q, 6 dash to R, and 7 dash to T. So these are all the points you have to take as the length, and from the positions of 1, 2, 3, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, and 7 dash, draw, cut those arcs in the extended line. So you have to cut these arcs in the extended line positions, and we will obtain the points as L, M, N, P, Q, R, T, U. So for every point of the intersection position, you have to draw a roller which has a diameter of 10 mm. So you have to draw a roller like this to represent the motion of the follower roller, that is roller follower. Then remaining position is the dual period. So we have to draw these with a freehand curve which is of the return stroke, and the dual period is drawn on the base circle line. So by there we are going to take the offset cam position. So in the question they have given the position as offset cam. So for the return stroke also you have to draw these roller circles for the indication, that is for the cam profile. And the pink color thickness line is called as pitch curve, and the roller curve is the cam profile. So that is the cam profile which is offset of 20 mm, and this is the procedure which you have to take procedure for the drawing of cam profile. So this is the procedure. So you have to take the procedure. So next we are going to find the maximum velocity of the follower during the outstroke and the return stroke, and maximum acceleration of the follower during the outstroke and return stroke. So first of all, we need to know about the angular velocity of the cam, so that they have given the speed, that is n is equal to 1000 rpm. So from the speed n, we are going to calculate the omega. So we know the formula for the angular velocity, that is omega, that is 2 pi n by 60. So it is taken as omega is taken as 2 pi n by 60. So from this formula we got 104.7 radians per second as the angular velocity. So firstly we know we need to take the velocity, that is the maximum velocity of the follower during the outstroke. So first of all we need to take the velocity, that is maximum velocity for the outstroke, that is velocity of O, that is taken as velocity of O, in which is 2 omega into s by theta of O. So omega is the angular velocity, s is the stroke of the follower, theta O is the angle of the outstroke. So this is the formula. So by substituting the values, that is we have got the angular velocity as 104.7 radians per second, and stroke is 0.05 meters. So they have given as 50 mm, we convert it into meters, and theta of O, that is the outstroke angle, we have converted it into radians, 2.1 radians. So in total they got 5 meters per second. The answer is 5 meters per second for the velocity for the outstroke. And then we are going to find the maximum velocity of the follower during the return stroke, that is velocity of R, is Vr is equal to 2 into omega into s by theta of R. That is the formula. So we have got the value as 6.66 meters per second. So this is the value for maximum velocity of the follower during the return stroke. And next we have to find the maximum acceleration of the follower during the outstroke. So we know the maximum acceleration formula for the outstroke, that is acceleration for the outstroke, that is 4 into omega square into s by theta of O whole square. So this formula is separate for every motion of the follower. That is, for uniform velocity you have to take the different formula. For the motion of simple harmonic motion you have to take the different formula. And for the uniform acceleration and retardation motion also you have to take the different type of formula. So three independent formulas have been added for the maximum acceleration and velocity. So for the maximum acceleration, that is uniform acceleration and retardation, the acceleration for the outstroke is 4 into omega square into s by theta of O whole square. So by substituting the values, we got 497.2 meters per second square. So this is the value. And in last, we need to find the maximum acceleration of the follower during the return stroke. That is, A of r is equal to 4 into omega square into s by theta of r whole square. That is in total 388 meters per second square. That is 388 meters per second square. So this is the derived values for the given question. So in the question they didn't ask about the diagrams of the velocity and acceleration diagrams. So that is why we does not need to draw the diagrams for velocity and acceleration. So we need to close it to the finding the values of this only. So based on the question, you have to follow the answer. So that's it. So, and then I'm going to end this class. Thank you.